Hello everyone, Galen from Another Way here, and if you're watching this video, you work at one of the bars, restaurants, or music venues that is on the Another Way bus service in conjunction with the Safe Ride program. Now I'm going to go over some things that as an employee that you need to know. One of the first things I'm going to go over is, and I have a list so that way I know everything, but you might want to take notes throughout this video as well, because at the end we're going to ask you 3 questions about what you just learned, so that way you can retain that information. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is the marketing material. You're going to find this in the bars that you work at. So, has how the system works here, saying it's a participating venue wherever you work, and what route that you are on, because there's 3 different routes for this service. And you could be on 1, 2, or all 3. There is a hub location so you can connect to either one of these. It's called Richard Cranium's Bar. We'll go into detail more about that a little bit later. But you can find these in the establishment. If you don't have them, you need to let me know so I can get you new ones. Next will be this brochure. You're going to find these behind the bar, or they should be behind the bar, but if you don't, you need to let me know. Now, this is a site that you are saving to your phone. So there's the Android and the iPhone. Different setups here. Now they're pretty simple. It's just like downloading the app from like the App Store or the Google Play Store, but this is just a little different. All you have to do is just open up Chrome if you're an Android user, go to bus3531.com, click on the 3 dots that's over in the upper right hand corner, and then hit Add to Homepage, and boom, it's done. Same thing for iPhone, just you have to use Safari instead. So on the inside, there is a giant map that is having everything to do with the service, all locations, all different routes. You can see up here is Alpha, that is in red, they're all color coded, and you have Bravo that is green, and you have Charlie that is blue, okay? That way the patron can see in the establishment how many places are involved. We have Howard, De Pere, East and West Sides, East and West Sides of Green Bay as well. There's a total of over 50 locations signed up so far. Now, the back is the 6-step process of how this whole thing works. So, now you're going to start out by telling them to go to the starting point. Wherever they live closest, ask them where they live and be like, hey, look on the map and find out what one is closest to where they live. That way they can take an Uber, walk, or get dropped off. Then they can choose a route. Like I was saying before, with Richard Cranium's being the hub, that way you can transfer. You can go to Alpha, Bravo, or Charlie, whatever one. Then all you have to do to participate in this whole thing is you could buy a drink at any of those locations that are listed in here, and you get a token for an additional $1. So you go in there and be like, hey, I want a Jack and Coke. Okay, and I want a bus token. Okay, so you charge them for the drink and then $1 for the token. That's it. That's how they get on there, and they give that to the bus driver. This is what the tokens look like. Pretty simple. So you sell this for $1. You do not sell more than one to one person. If a group comes in and one person wants to buy 7 drinks and 7 tokens for individual people, that's fine. But at the same time, it's manager's discretion on what they want to do with these, because they are reselling these. So ask your manager what you guys want to do. I always reinforce 1 per person per visit. You don't want people hoarding them, because the whole point is drink minimum. So the next place gets screwed over on a drink. Okay, continuing on. Where are we? This comes with live GPS tracking. I will show you this on my phone here in a second. And then when you're ready to go, you have to say the word. All you have to say is to your friendly bartender is, I need a safe ride home. And then that way they will supply you with that. I will talk more about how that works too. Okay. Showed you brochures and the tokens. Now the GPS tracking that is on the phone. Okay. After they go through the process and save it on their phone, it'll be right here. All right. It goes to the website, and you can tap to see the routes. Tap to see the routes. Once you get there, they will see this. You can zoom in onto the map. Tap on any of the locations that are on there, and they give you the name of the bar and the location, or the address, I should say. That way, when you're telling this person, hey, find the closest one to you, they at least have the address so that way they know how to get there if they don't already. You can do that with any of the locations. As you can see, Richard Craniums is right here, and it has a little, as you can see, a little hubcap kind of in the background, symbolizing that it's the hub location. That's where you transfer from routes. All right. And all of them are color coded. If you zoom out a little bit here, you have the map that slides over, and you can view all of the bars that are associated on each route. Okay. And when this service is active on Friday and Saturdays, and you go to the routes tab, you can actually see little buses icons moving for each route. So that way you know, and the customer knows where the bus is at all times. And then that way they know to be outside before the bus gets there. Because this is very important that you know this. The bus does not wait longer than 30 seconds if nobody's outside. So we'll pull up in front of your location wherever you are. If it's Hagemeister Park, Richard Craniums, and it will wait there for 30 seconds. If nobody comes out, they're just going to drive to the next location. The reason why is because all these routes are timed in under an hour. Okay. Now, you know about the Be Outside. Now let's talk about the Safe Ride program. There's two different ways for the Safe Ride program. There's the one right here with the vouchers that you can see, and you can fill all of this out. You, the bartender, have to do this. You have to fill out the whole thing, and then this little slip gets handed to the taxi driver. Or if you guys have the Lyft Safe Ride, which is all on a tablet, you'll have to get with the bar manager to see how that physically works. But it is similar to the app on your phone. You just fill out the customer's information. It gets linked to their phone because of their phone number, and that way the customer knows, hey, oh, my Lyft is here, and then they can get their ride home. Now, this covers all of Brown County. All right, there's little parts of Pulaski that are included, and you guys need to know that if it's, as long as it's a Brown County address, they can get a Safe Ride home. Now, it is home only. That's the point of Safe Ride program. It is not for going to Taco Bell. It's not going to another bar because they don't want to be at your place, let's just say, for some ungodly reason, or they got left behind because they weren't paying attention. So just so you know, there's no other places that you can go. And like I said before, get with the bar manager about the Lyft service so that way you can see how this works. Now, this video can also be found on YouTube in case you need a refresher on any of this stuff. It is under the Another Way YouTube channel, and all this will be sent to your email as well, so that way you can also subscribe to it, and that would be easier to find. Now, this is the training video. You're going to have 3 questions at the end of it, and then you submit those, and that is it. You are done with the training. Now, go ahead and answer those questions. Thank you.